I am. Are you ready? This will be fun. This will be fun.
Let's go. Right, let me sort the music out, guys. That should be fine, I think.
Hey, that's me.
It should be fine. I don't know how the audio is. This is the very first one we're doing. Hope everything is okay. I need to make this a little bit better. Maybe. Yes. Okay. Any issues, let us know in chat. So, look, obviously I know you, but do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Luke, or BeardedLuke. I love playing Destiny. I'm addicted to it, but I'm a late night Destiny player. I live in Ohio. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so me and you are on like the opposite time zones, but we still make it work.
Yeah, man. So right, so guys, if you don't know, obviously, Luke is our spotlight of the week. This week we're doing this every week, picking one awesome member of a team and giving them a spotlight. So we're focusing everything on those guys because they're amazing. They're amazing. Everyone in the team is amazing. They're doing such a great work. You know, they're supporting each other. The team is just fantastic, and Luke is one of those awesome guys. So
thank you. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
I mean,
I love being a part of this team. It's fun.
Yeah, man, look in the chat. Look how many awesome people we've got in there. And as I said, guys, we won't be doing any shout outs during the podcast. Okay, if you have any questions, pop them in chat, and I'm gonna ask a few myself because I've got the list in here. I'm ready. I'm prepped. Kind of. Yes. Kind of. So Luke, what did you like? What basically gets you into the streaming, man?
Yeah, so I guess it's an interesting story. I went to Guardian Con last year, which is now GCX, and before that, I used to just play video games once my wife went to bed at 11 p.m. Eastern, and I just play all night basically because that was my free time. It was like my escape. And I used to watch King Gathalion all the time on Twitch, just all day while I was working because I'm a filmmaker, so I would just edit videos and watch him. Wasn't super into Twitch yet, but I was always like, I'd be so sick to figure out how to do that. It's my filmmaker full time, so I know how to use camera stuff, so I figured eventually maybe I can figure out how to stream. So I went to Guardian Con last year in the summer, and I met all these incredible streamers, and I just saw all these little pockets of communities of people who were just, really connected. And I was like, man, how they get connected? And I was asking, and people were, talking about like their stream communities and this and that. And I just got really connected to it, and I started connecting with people on Twitter while we were there. And right afterwards, I just went ahead and figured out how to basically live stream off of my iMac I bought like a capture card, and I played on my PS4, and I just started doing it. And that was about a year ago, actually. Like literally, probably close to exactly a year ago. I started. Just because.
Something's breaking up, I think.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
So yeah, basically where I was, I just started because I went to that. I thought it was awesome, and just kind of stuck to it, and it's kind of just slowly grown, and I've met a lot of insanely cool people streaming. Like some of people that I could probably have better relationships than I do with people in real life.
Streaming is awesome, man. Like this is one of the reasons that I've started to basically get connected with people. I think like Destiny community itself is such a good place. Obviously, I'm not gonna be talking about what's been happening in the past few weeks because it's been mental on Twitter and that. But generally speaking, there's a lot of good people out there, and like gaming itself, this is like my gateway, to run away from things, and streaming, like you Luke said, it's awesome, fucking awesome, gets you closer to the people, and then you can basically just sit there, chat all day long. And what Cave Gathalion, like you mentioned, King Gathalion, he's obviously a really big streamer, right? I've started watching him, and I was like years ago, back with the Destiny 1 started and everything, and this got me like thinking this is such a good, way of actually meeting a lot of people. But I never been to like Guardian Con or anything like that. So my next question to you is, because I know like you've been going there and you've been filming some things, or you were about to go and film some things. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, that's a cool story, I guess. So at the end, so I'm a full-time filmmaker. I own a business called ALC Productions and a business called Black Elm Creative, and I'm a creative director at a church. So I just film stuff all the time. So when I went to Guardian Con last year, I was sitting there like watching all the people filming, because I don't usually feel very comfortable in like big conference settings if I'm not capturing the event filming. So I'm like there, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could help these guys. So at the end, I was like, all right, by next year's Guardian Con, I'm gonna be there filming it. I'm gonna be on the staff filming it, and I'm gonna be a streamer. So I started streaming, and then I hit up Kevin, who was K Magic, one of the leaders of like the event side. I emailed him the day after I got home, and I put in all caps, I'm going to film Guardian Con 2020 or GCX 2020. And I sent him my credentials and like my kit and all this stuff, and he sent me an email back like immediately and said, hey, appreciate that. Yeah, we always are looking for people. Here is I CC'd our guy who does media and event coverage. If he needs you, he'll get in contact with you. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wait. So I just emailed that guy immediately, and he hit me up quick too, and he was like, dude, I looked at your stuff, it looks good. Let's get a chat going. So I called him the next day, and they hired. I thought it was just going to be like me coming on to help their team, but he actually wanted to do only photo and then contract my company in to film GCX, basically to do the event coverage. Because there's two sides. There's like the live coverage, which is all for Twitch. That's like a whole nother business. And then there's the event coverage where they like make the highlight videos. So we were supposed to film that a couple weeks ago, but obviously it got canceled. So it's a really cool opportunity. I hope. I just talked with my guy the other day, and they're still hiring us for next year as of now. So that's exciting, but it was a little bit sad that we didn't get to go and film a video game conference. That's like we usually film weddings.
Dude, that is so cool. I can't even imagine. Like, as I said, I've never been to one, never had the chance, and maybe one day we'll see. But yeah, it just sounds like a really cool opportunity, and I am kind of jelly. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of jelly there, but hey, it is what it is. So right, okay. What kind of games and content do you play? What kind of things you enjoying doing on stream?
Yeah, on stream. So I mainly play Destiny 2. It's about as much. I only have enough time to play. Like basically, I try to think of it as when I play games. If I'm gonna like put a bunch of time into it, I want it to show for it. Like I want to have fun doing it, but I'm like an efficient kind of guy. So when I play Destiny for thousands of hours, it shows for it, with seals and gear and level and all that stuff. So I mainly play Destiny because it like gets that for me, and all my friends play it. Like there's a cool community around. I've been playing it since alpha, like the D1 alpha I started, and I didn't even like it. I played Destiny 1 when the alpha came, and I was like, oh, that was cool. And I played the beta, I was like, oh, that was cool, just because it was free in the store. And then whenever Destiny 1 came out,
oh God, you breaking out again?
Sorry.
There we go.
I feel like I can hear cars going by.
Oh, I've got my window open. I'm so sorry. It's like
maybe that's why it's cutting.
The temperature in this room is unbelievable. And let's not go into let's not talk about it, okay? Let's not talk about it.
So basically, when Destiny 1 came out at midnight, I was going into town. I was in college. I was just going into town to get Taco Bell. And my buddy was coming with me because he was picking up Destiny. And he's like, just get it. It'll be fun. So I was like, whatever, as long as I can get tacos. So I'm not like, I ate 10 tacos at Taco Bell that night. Went and bought Destiny 1, and then we brought it home, played it. I played it for like 2 or 3 weeks, got to level 20, didn't realize what you did after because I'd never played a looter shooter before. And I returned it and like got Shadow of Mordor or something. And then it wasn't until whenever the next Destiny, like whenever it was like 2 DLCs in, I think it was right before Taken King, I got back into it and I got addicted. So I mainly stream Destiny. Whenever there's a good single player game that comes out, like The Last of Us Part 2, I streamed that. If like Red Dead Redemption ever come out with a new one, or GTA, or just like a good single player open world game, I'll stream those as well every once in a while, but mainly Destiny 2 right now.
That is awesome, dude. Like, really, really awesome. Are you not playing any horror games? Like, I know you recently played The Last of Us, but is that because like this is like the only game from the horror series you enjoy, or there's any more?
Yeah, I don't typically do horror series games because I'm quite frankly a scaredy cat. Like do you remember PT? It was the playable trailer game that was supposed to be Silent Hills.
Yeah.
We used to play that in college, and people would like come to our house to watch me play it because I couldn't do it. Like it was I wish I had it so I could stream it and show you guys. It probably be I'm just too scared. I don't watch scary movies. I can't play scary games. So like Last of Us is probably the scariest thing I could play, and it wasn't really that scary. It was more gory than anything. But
I think you definitely need to set yourself a goal. Like when you, let's say, when you reach another, I don't know, let's say 1,500 followers, you'll do Outlast.
yes, that'd be awesome. Oh man, I used to watch my friend play that. Like in college, we would watch each other play games a lot. It was kind of like Twitch, but in real life. But my one dude would play Outlast 1, and I was like, ugh, oh. I mean, I'm not that big of a wimp, but
Not big of a wimp. No, you did fine. So I've watched you playing The Last of Us. Hence all the spoilers. Never mind. But I said I kind of don't mind. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. But with the games like The Last of Us, there's so much going on. It's a beautiful game as well. I really don't mind any spoilers whatsoever. Right, so the next question I'll go for you. I know you did mention a kick of value and getting inspired a little bit maybe there, but what did inspire you to actually like stream? Is that like I'm talking about streamers? Is there any streamers in particular, not just one? You can like mention couple inspired you.
Yeah, basically, obviously Gathalion was inspiring to me, but also Glad. Because he's so real. Like that dude.
Oh yeah, Glad, yeah. Obviously.
Glad. And there's that was honestly like when I say I like barely watch Twitch, like I think I followed Gathalion, Glad, maybe Dado, those three people. I didn't watch a lot of streams. I just would like play Destiny 1 and have a stream on my computer next to me, and it was typically whoever was streaming late at night. So Glad would be the one I'd be watching if it was like when I was gaming, but during the day whenever I was working and I wanted to have like someone up so I could feel like I was playing games, because half the time I just want to feel like I'm also actually playing games when I'm doing something I don't want to be doing, which is work. So I would watch Gathalion, and that's kind of like those guys were inspirational to like just being yourself as a streamer basically, because I really like their mottos on that. Like they are literally just themselves playing games, and they're really I like that basically. So I try to do the same thing now that I actually am streaming.
So it's like because you're doing a lot of editing, right? I'm doing a little bit of graphics that in there, not professionally or anything like that. Just just for the fun. But I find in myself a super easy and entertaining just to like edit videos on the one screen and have a Twitch open on the other one. It kind of like, I don't know if it inspires you that way, like you're watching the streamers doing something and giving you ideas, what you're editing, what you're doing with the videos. It works for me, so I don't know, does it?
Yeah, honestly, so like whenever I'm listening to a stream, and now it's lots, like
oh yeah, obviously.
Typically I have like 19 to 20 tabs open. I'm not even kidding, just of people that I switch through and watch and chat with. But whenever I'm editing and I have someone open, it's literally, this is going to sound lame, but I edit and work by myself a lot. It just makes me feel like I'm in a room with someone else, like that they're just kind of doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. And it kills the dead space, because I don't have ADHD, but my attention span is very, I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. My attention span is very small. So like when I'm editing, like the smallest thing, I'll be like, I'll be editing for like 4 minutes. I'll be like, that was tough. I got it. All right, let me look at this. So whenever there's something else on, like in the background happening, it makes me focus a little bit more. It doesn't really inspire the edit, because usually it's like a wedding edit, but it definitely.
Editing is, oh, man, I've been through it. I mean, I don't know how it is for you exactly. But like when I'm trying to edit something, I'll go into this, and it's basically like you do a little tweak to the video, and it's basically just going back and listening over and over again to it. It's just so time consuming. Editing is fun, fuzzy. It is fun, but it is time consuming, especially like if you're new to it, you don't know how it works. It can take a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, and if you've done it, like I've been doing it for about 8 years now. I've edited thousands and thousands of projects. I have my workflow, so like at this point, I know what stuff's fun and what stuff's not fun. Majority of the time, I'm not editing stuff that's fun. So, and there's sections of the workflow. So it's like same with editing a wedding. The part where I'm picking footage, that part's horrible. But once I get to the part where everything's on my timeline and I can build the story, then it's like, ooh, that's fun. So I'm like, it's a love-hate relationship, honestly.
Yeah, can be fun, I guess. I don't know. So what? Right. So what are you trying to accomplish with streaming? Because obviously you've got your business, right, and you stream games. So is streaming like a hobby, or you actually trying to push for the partner? Accomplish some things. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, I guess when I first started, it was just for I was thinking of this. If I'm going to stay up all night playing games, I love streaming. Why don't I make it a little bit more worth it than other? Like if I'm going to be exhausted the next day while I'm working because I stayed up all night, why not also try to find a community to build as well as make new friends as well as maybe even make money, And so I never even thought I'd make a dime on Twitch. I just went into it just to have fun. And obviously I haven't like made millions of dollars or anything crazy on Twitch. I just started, but it'd be really cool. I've been sitting here trying to think as things happen because a lot of it's, I personally think a lot of what happens on Twitch for some of us is luck. Like I don't know why anyone watches. Like all I'm trying to do here is play games, smile, and if I can make someone's day better by them like laughing at a joke or me being goofy or doing a stupid dance or doing a dumb sound effect, then I'm good. That's all I really need from it. But as it's kind of growing, I'm starting to think like, all right, what would it look like if I streamed part-time and then I also worked part-time? Like obviously it'd be sweet to be a full-time streamer. Like that's like the dream.
Definitely.
But right now I'm just taking it slow. Like it'd be cool to get partner like that. I think that's a good goal for everyone. Like yes, I definitely would love to become a partner someday. But at the same time, I'm being realistic with just slowly being happy with every milestone that comes as I continue to stream and every friend that I make and every community that I get to be a part of. Because I love streaming, but I also love supporting other streamers just as much as streaming. It's fun to go in to people's chats and talk to them. And it's just like you get to go swing by and say what's up in person because you can see them without actually being in person because we're all from different places.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. Team Ahamkara is amazing, at least for me. I can just talk about it, but what I really want to know is how you feel about the team.
Oh, I love the team. Team Ahamkara is so awesome. And one of the cool parts about it was I can get competitive with the gaming, but I'm not a super competitive player in general. And whenever so Havoc actually had told me about this team. He's another awesome Ahamkara member. And I met him. I didn't really meet him at Guardian Con. He was at Guardian Con, and I kind of met him. I didn't actually introduce myself, but I like saw him, and then we connected on Twitter. That happened with a lot of people. He gives me a lot of crap for that, but he let me know about the team, and I joined the Discord and just started like chatting with people and get to know other people. And the aspect of it being like family based, like, and when I say family based, not like family friendly, like I'm talking like family, like we are actual family members with each other, is what I would have looked for. Because I never even knew what a stream team was until, I don't know, like a few months ago. Because I'm kind of to that kind of stuff. Like I know tech.
A lot of people doesn't,
Yeah.
One of those things.
I saw it and I was like, I want to apply. So I applied and got to know everyone. And then since I've been a part of it, it's just so cool having people that aren't like, we're not necessarily like a competitive gaming team. We're more of like a team of streamers who love each other, support each other, and also want to support people outside of just the team or outside of just the car fam in general. So I've been so happy to meet. Plus, like meeting people from other places. Like I didn't know anyone from the UK before this. Like actually know a human being that lives in the UK.
Right here.
Now I know much because there's a ton of you guys in there.
Oh yeah.
Including you. And I get to hear all your beautiful accents too, which makes me happy.
So big poke.
So I love it. I think it's fun. I think it's a really genuine team that makes me like I'm a part of something.
It's a different team, I'll say, because I think our main focus, at least what I'm trying, from my heart, is to have the family feel. For me, it's important to to get to know everyone. Even I didn't have the chance to do that yet because there's so many awesome people out there, in the team. And you go in there, you chatting with them in the chat, you having a good time. As I said, there's so many awesome people. I just wish we could have just played together a little bit more. Hopefully that's going to happen. We do need to organize more things like this, more possibly like raids and stuff. Out drink, yes, but just we can go out and drink. That would be cool. As I said, if I could afford to go to GuardianCon or the GCX, whatever it's called now, and just meet a bunch of you there, that would be fantastic.
Yes. Well, I might. So my brother-in-law just got deployed to Dubai, so we might be visiting him at some point this year or in 2021, and which means we're gonna probably stop. We're gonna stay in the UK for a few days. So if that happens, I have to meet all of you somehow. Somebody. I don't know where or how UK works because I've never been there or looked at a map.
UK meetup, definitely.
It's not very big, right? Like compared to the US?
No, I wouldn't say it's big.
Okay, so I can get around pretty quickly.
It's big enough, but it's not as big as the US because obviously you've got all the different states in there.
Yeah.
So it is not as big. A bunch is mentioned in the GGT, which personally I haven't even been to. So I can't really talk about that because I don't know what the event is all about. I know Bunch, I think, but is it, who's organising this actually? Bunch, who's organising this?
Yeah, what is the GT?
Yeah, I want to know. Like, come on, tell us. You're all cute. We could have just tell him this. Yeah, so that's what I thought. It was you and Wayface. And it's in Birmingham, I think, right? Which is not that far from where I live. Super close. We just get smashed for 2 days. Sounds like a plan. So, okay. So what is the fun fact about the people don't know about you?
Fun fact about me. I mean, I guess this is fun fact, but I played soccer from when I was 3 years old until I was 24. That's when I stopped because I'm not in college anymore. But I played soccer competitively my whole life. I played all the way through college. I loved it. I loved it. I haven't it's crazy because you play soccer for like that many years and then I just don't play it at all anymore. So it kind of feels like, well, what did I just do? Because I still love it, but I'd rather just sit here and play games than go out and play soccer. It's kind of messed up, but it's not like once you graduate college, you don't have anywhere to play. There's not like a cool Sunday league here. You have to like pay to play in leagues. It's stupid as an adult.
Yes, Rocket, you're right. It's football. Yeah.
Football. Yeah, sorry, football.
Footy.
I agree. It should be called football.
Yeah.
Soccer doesn't make any sense, but hey.
I mean,
I didn't choose to live in it.
It is what it is. You basically kicking the ball, right? Doesn't matter what it's called. You're kicking the ball. Yeah. You're chasing the ball. I used to do that. I was stupid. Now when I'm looking at the telly and I see a bunch of people chasing the ball, and I'm just thinking, aren't they just stupid? Running after the ball for like an hour and a half. Yeah. But they're getting paid for it at big bucks, right? So I guess it makes sense. It makes sense for them to do it. Now let's talk about Destiny a little bit more. Now, what is your favorite class and what are your favorite weapons? Like back maybe from Destiny 1, if there is any in Destiny 2, mention them as well. Yeah. I want to know everything. What you running? Are you always running the same character? Yeah,
so I'm a hunter main for life.
Pesky hunters.
Hunters, baby. But I do, whenever I have time, like in an ideal world, I run my hunters my main, but I like to play as other characters just for the dynamics of what they can do. But mainly for time purposes, I usually always play as my hunter. Some of my favorite weapons from D1. So I really liked Bad Juju when it was in D1. Just like never having to reload in PvE was always nice. I loved Icebreaker. I always had Icebreaker on. But obviously everyone loved the holy trinity of weapons. The Fatebringer, the Black Hammer, and the Gallahorn. That was my favorite loadout.
I used to call it the ass raper, That's what I used to call the
what it is basically.
the
And
ass raper. Yeah.
I used that for a long time.
But
Yeah.
yeah, not allowed to say things like this. So I do apologize. But it's just for shit and giggles. I was young and stupid, and that's how we used to been calling the things. And now I know it's kind of wrong, and you shouldn't say things like this. But yeah, I know you got the project going on as well with Havoc. Can you tell us? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Like,
So
I want to know what it's all about. Like,
I'll tell you.
which direction it's gonna go.
Go on. I've always kind of talked about doing podcasts with lots of different people, just like while playing. But it's kind of always been down to, for me, if I don't have a lot of time to execute it on my own, because I did a podcast. I've done 2 podcasts. I did a podcast called The Clueless Gamers. We did 13 episodes. It was all about games, but it was super hard to keep up with because I don't pay attention to all games. I just pay attention to Destiny. And then I did a podcast called The Simple Midwest, which is like, it literally, I didn't have a topic. I just talked about random stuff. I only did like 6 episodes of that. And then basically Havoc hit me up one day and he was like, hey dude, we've been friends for about a year now. I'd really like to get a podcast about Destiny started. Would you like to be my co-host? And I was like, of course, as long as I don't have to like start everything. And instantly he started it all and got it rolling.
No, Rocket, no. I don't want to know where is my invite. I'm not like that.
Hey, well, that's the thing. It's right now. It's just me and him, but we are open to the future of what it's going to be. Right now, it's going to be the 2 of us called the Destiny Nerds. We're going to talk about Destiny only. We're going to have guests. So we have, I'm not going to say who they are, but we have some pretty sweet guests lined up. Like, I think 10 different guests already lined up for it.
Oh, nice.
Which is exciting. And well, not we, Havoc does. Havoc has literally done everything. I've been like just encouraging him basically because I've been very busy the last few weeks. But he's awesome for doing that. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be every Sunday. I don't know what time on Sundays. And it's going to be live on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/the Destiny Nerds. We also have a Twitter channel or a Twitter account called the Destiny Nerds, but we're going to be live there, and then it'll be probably available on YouTube, and then I'm going to make sure it's available so people can listen to it on the podcast apps as well. So it's exciting. I mean, I've never been a part of a podcast like that where someone just asks me to be a part of it. Usually it's me like, all right, let's do this. I got this. And I in over my head. This is more like Havoc started it and I'm going to be his partner in it. And then we'll figure out what goes from there, which I'm excited about. So
I think podcasts are really cool. Like it's like a missed opportunity for everyone. We all focusing on, doing a bunch of games and that. But this is where all the fun is. And like having the more people on the podcast, obviously right now is only us 2, but like taking this a step further, maybe like having a podcast with a bunch of other team members, not about just a spotlight of the week, like obviously we're doing it right now, but have a different topics to talk about. It would be fun.
Yeah. So let me ask a question then, actually, because what do you want to do with Team Ahamkara podcast? Like, is this called the Team Ahamkara podcast? Like, do you have an idea of what you want this to be?
Right, so this is called Get to Know, a Spotlight of the Week.
Okay, that's what it's called. Awesome.
That's what it's called. That's what I had in mind. So we were doing a bunch of interviews when Rocker was in charge of it, and he did a fantastic job. Rocker's awesome lead as well. Guys, if you don't know, obviously check him out.
Carcast rolls off the tongue.
Carcast. Yeah. Obviously, this is very first one, and it's just trial. We'll see how it's gonna go. If you guys like it or not. If this is, obviously let us know if it's going into the right direction or not. But I think it's better and more entertaining than just reading a bunch of text, because you can come in here, you can ask a bunch of questions, and you can get all the answers.
Good idea, honestly. I love it because I used to read the things, which is cool, but you can like really see emotions better on people's faces and hear it in their voices whenever they're talking about themselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Such a good idea. You guys are awesome.
Go on, chat. Do you wanna ask anything?
Ask away.
Ask away. Let's see if there's any brave ones in there.
Why is he so cute?
Why is he so cute? I don't know. Trademark, don't steal it. I love the beard. beard is awesome.
Thank you.
Like Luke's beard and Bunge's, they're like, oh my god.
Bunge's beard is
Sexiness.
I can't even compare to mine to his. His is so good. It's like a perfect man beard. It's like all filled in the right spots, and he's bald. I wouldn't mess with him. I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't know him.
What is your favorite raid?
My favorite raid of all time is King's Fall.
Can you tell us why? That's a hard question, I know.
The aspect of it being an adventure, like where we need to go deep, like the whole lore around Oryx and like that whole entire like his ship came, we killed his son, and he's trying to get revenge on us, but we need to go deep into his ship to find him and kill him, and we got to go through all these different paths to get there. It's simple. It's like a simple storyline, but it's so good. I don't know. It's always resonated with me way more than all the other ones.
You see, I want to know as well, because like, don't get me wrong, I love King's Fall raid. This is my favorite raid, right? But I know a lot of people in the community hated it because of the loot, like, and I don't. I mean, I can understand why, but me personally, I quite liked it. I like how different it was. I like the actual chase for that exotic weapon, the scout rifle, Touch of Malice, fantastic. Shame it was only like, a really OP for this raid until it was nerfed later.
Exactly, it was only good for the raid though. That was the part that's about it. Like because if you did the bubble with I can't remember what it was. It was like when there was a bubble, you could just hit unlimited shots, like on the witches, like the sisters. That's how the sisters. Everyone would have Touch of Malice. I remember that. I liked I don't remember what it was called. At first, I liked Cocoon, which was like that thing that they all.
Yeah, I remember that.
Would reload, but the pulse rifle, I remember always trying to get an outlaw Firefly version of that pulse rifle. I think that's what it was, and I finally got it like near the end of Destiny 1. I can't remember what that was called though. That was a sweet pulse rifle.
There was, and then obviously they redone the raids. They brought the adept weapons into it, and it was the 10 Oldham's weapons into exotic, right? And that was cool. That was really, really cool because they were all elemental damage.
And they're not ornaments. I guess they wouldn't be called ornaments then. What were they called? Whenever you had the armor and then it had like the cool looking stuff on it, like the holographic.
They were just oh shit! I know what you mean now.
What I mean, it was, chat probably knows, but it was whatever that was for Crota's End and for Vault of Glass when they did the remake of
ornaments.
All of that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can launch Destiny 1 and check it out, because I still got it. I still want to do, right, guys. I still want to do a King's Fall raid.
Me too.
I want to run it. I do want to run it.
I'm supposed to I owe my community a Destiny 1 complete Destiny 1 stream one night, because when I did a charity stream, and one of the incentives was to get, if it was like $50 or whatever, I would do a Destiny 1 stream, and we did that. So I still have to do that. So I got to figure out when that is. We should connect when that happens so that we can do some raids together on there.
They were the very first armor ornaments ever. Yeah, Minion's probably right. I love King's Fall. Loved it ever since the raid came out, and my favorite part in there, it was that a ship puzzle jumping part where you could just push people with a source. That was just amazing.
That was
that was so much fun. This is probably why I like this raid, and I've got so many cool memories.
Mm-hmm. So many memories. I love it. And then, like, if I'm gonna say, like, I think that Vault of Glass has another special part in my heart for that, because it was the first raid I ever did. It was the first time I ever experienced playing a game with 6 other people where we all had to communicate. There was mechanics involved in it. If somebody messed up, it messed up the whole thing. That was nothing I'd ever done before in games. I used to play only FIFA and only Call of Duty, like, growing up. That was it. So when playing this was like a whole new world. So when I played Vault of Glass for the first time and witnessed that, it was like, oh, this is so sweet. I want to play all kinds of games like this.
Yeah, that was something like, to me, because I did a bunch of games too, and with the Vault of Glass, basically not just the Vault of Glass, when the Destiny launched, that completely changed my life and opened my eyes to such a bigger world where you can play with a bunch of other people. Because I used to sat in my living room and just played a solo games. I didn't experience much of a multiplayer until they actually started playing Destiny. Completely changed everything.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how I have the same exact feeling. Like it was a whole new community aspect of playing games that I never witnessed. Especially once I've moved over to PC. Even like just 6 months ago when I got a PC and joined got into what Discord was. I didn't know what Discord was till this year, and that like has been so integral to me playing Destiny because there's so many ways to communicate with other people to play and fire teams of 3 or 4 for specific events or just doing raids in general. It's sick.
I miss a Fatebringer as well, Minion. It was my favorite weapon.
Same.
I guess. So, what's your favorite exotic? Stars asking. What's your favorite? Hang on a minute. Is it exotic weapon or exotic armor? I'm assuming he's after the weapon.
If we're saying armor, my favorite exotic armor is Bones of Ao, which still hasn't come back yet. I complain every single stream. Just kidding. It used to be every single time I play games. I'd be like, am I going to get Bones of Ao in the next DLC? Oh, nope. No Bones of Ao again. I know Stompies are similar, but I want my full
so
jump.
He's after the weapon.
What's the weapon? Okay, the weapon. So that's tough. This is probably going to sound lame, but Mida Multi-Tool was like my jam in D1 and D2 for PvP. And I loved it. Like I still use it sometimes if I'm feeling a little extra. I got to Legend my very first season of going Legend with using a Beloved and a Mida Multi-Tool. And that wasn't when Multi-Tool was the meta during year 1. This was like, I don't even remember, probably like 3 seasons ago. I love using Mida. I think it's a cool gun. I don't know why. I used to be a scout rifle. I only use not only, but I use scout rifles a ton in D1, so I really like them still. D2, even though they're that.
I was the same. Right, so here's my question to you, because like I run scout rifle only. And Destiny 1, I've only did the scout rifle. Hunk Jury was probably my favorite. If it wasn't an exotic, if it was the exotic, obviously the Mida was the choice, was the number 1 choice for me. But going into Destiny 2, crap, he's raided. Going into Destiny 2, I kind of stopped playing with the scout rifles because I don't know, just they didn't felt the way they were back in Destiny 1. So what are your input on it? What do you think about it?
100% agree. I still don't feel like there was probably one season so far in all of Destiny 2 that I felt powerful, whereas in Destiny 1, every weapon, everything made me feel like I was like a god, basically. Like I felt powerful because weapons were so good. This game, the closest thing that I feel like has come to an exotic in Destiny 1 is like those pinnacle weapons, like they're not even exotics, like Recluse or Mountaintop, or even Wendigo, guns like that. The way that they work as primary, or as not even, they're just legendary weapons, is as close as it feels to what all exotics felt like for me in D1. So that's been like the only unfortunate part about D2. I've never really felt as powerful as I did. There was a season when everyone used Izanagi. It was like this certain setup. It was like I loved it. Izanagi, Recluse, Wendigo. When I used that setup, I felt so ridiculously powerful in PvE. And that's the closest I ever felt to D1, honestly. I don't know if everywhere else feels that way, especially when D1 came out and there was the double primaries. I was like, what are you guys doing? You had something good. Don't change it.
Yeah, they got to change because the way I'm seeing it, the problem is they bring a really good weapon into the game and just overpowers everything, and it just becomes meta. And when it becomes meta, they're trying to stop people using this weapon, so they nerf it to the ground, and then the whole community is raging because of what have you done to the weapon? It was good.
That is like the problem I feel like they deal with constantly. Like no matter what happens in Destiny, I feel like that's always going to happen unless they were like they threw 50 meta weapons in, like 50 ridiculous weapons in at once, which they're not going to do. Because there was times in D1 where I felt like I could use other weapons and I wasn't going to be not as efficient as if I was. Because I'm the efficient guy. Like I'm always going to use the meta. Like I want to have the most damage, this or that. Whereas like some other players, which I wish I was more like this, will like to experiment with different guns. Even if they know that gun's not as powerful as the other, they're just going to do it because it's fun. They like to use them. I wish I was more like that. But that's probably part of the problem.
probably is. Right, there was a question earlier in the chat. Which raid is your least favorite?
My least favorite raid is probably Leviathan. I like it, but I.
Sorry, I had to do that because I wasn't really sold out on Leviathan raids, and this is why I never done them.
I never liked any of them. Like, I don't like any of the Leviathan raids, and I'll probably get crucified for that. But I'm not. It's all aesthetics. Like the mechanics and stuff's cool. I just didn't care for Callus. I don't care for like gold and all that.
Exactly.
Oh,
you know, you read in my mind. Like, you absolutely read in my mind. Because like I don't mind the raids and the mechanics. It's just for me, there's nothing to chase for. Like personally, I don't know. It's weird. The only Leviathan raid I quite enjoyed was the Crown of Sorrow.
Crown of Sorrow. I will say, I just started doing it a bunch recently to get my Terrabo, which I finally got. And I think the mechanics and the end boss in that is really good because you're just like going everywhere. You're like you have to be with a teammate and you have to like keep your mind going at all.
I definitely like what they did in there, the separating the teams into three, so you can't be, let's say, you can't really count on the help from the other team. Once you fuck up, that's the wipe, right? So you basically you can ask Fuzzy Fuzzy's questions. Right, I completely missed them, I think.
There's a random questions from Living Hero. He's a dude from my community, actually. I love him.
Yeah, there is there's some questions there. Rocket, pop him in the chat again, and we'll answer it. Oh, yeah. Luke will answer it. I'll let him do it.
We'll both answer. It'll be fun. We'll be answer friends.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What is your most proud moment that you have done in life? And then in gaming, Destiny.
Okay, my most proud moment in life. Wow, that's a big question.
That is, yeah.
I guess this is gonna sound cheesy, but I've been married to my wife for 5 years now. Whenever I married her, that was like one of my favorite days, one of my most proud moments. I got to marry the person that I met in high school. We've been together for 10 years, so meeting her and marrying her, very proud of that. And then my most proud moment in gaming, man, probably, I guess, can this relate to streaming too? Because like, I guess I don't really think of anything I've done in gaming as being proud of it. I'm just proud that I get to play games. So I'll just say streaming in general. I just hit 1,000 followers on Twitch a couple days ago, and I'm super proud of that because I never thought that'll be an answer. I'm proud of that.
That is a really big goal and a really good answer, as Rocker said. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, 100%. And I'm sure you get another 1K soon, or 3.
I don't care if one more K wants to follow, that'd be cool. But if not, I'm happy with where I'm at.
Exactly. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people like really stressed out, you know, trying to achieve the goals, and they're really hard pushing for it. Which I don't know if it's wrong or not. Like I just like to chill, you know. If it happens, it happens. I personally I don't have goals set for streaming, because I just like the interaction. I like the chat interaction, and this is, I guess, this is why I'm doing it. And whatever happens, it happens, I guess.
I'm kind of that way. Like, I have goals. Like, I like to have goals for the stream, like, that are just for me to know, and like, I'm working towards them. I'm working hard towards them, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna force it. I'm just gonna be myself while I stream, and if those goals happen, they happen. If there's things that I can do that'll make those goals possible, yeah, obviously I do. Like, I want to film more gaming events, so if I want to film more gaming events, I have to email people and say, hey, I'm gonna film your gaming event. That's why GCX worked the way it did. But like, with playing games on here, I'm just gonna keep playing, keep supporting the teammates that I have here on our team, as well as the fellow streamers that I love, like, in their communities, and then also just trying to like build the little tiny community that I'm building right now, which is cool. I like that we all use the term community. I think that's a
Vin Diesel or Jason Statham? I love that question.
Vin Diesel, obviously, right?
Oh man. Chat, any other questions you want to ask?
Rocker Dude wants to know if he can get the 1K voices. Sure. Here you go. All right, you have it.
Rocker, yeah, you definitely can, man. I had 3 recently in one run.
Wow, that's some luck. That's amazing.
That never happened to me. I was like, wow, insane. Like, I'm terrible for with the exotics in the raid. I'm just, my luck is terrible. And I've been running so many and I didn't get any. And then once I finally got the 1K, and then we did the run. We killed Riven 3 times, so we got the keys right, and then just done the 1 hard run, and I opened the 3 chests, and then I've got the 3 in a row. It's like, what the actual fuck just happened?
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've got a video up on the Twitter as well, but it never happened to me, ever. Yeah. This is like the first one, probably the last one.
Wow, probably. That's some good RNG.
Yeah, definitely some good RNG. Current music you're listening to?
I listen to a lot of metalcore. I don't listen to music often though. Like, to be honest with you, I typically only listen to music whenever I'm streaming or if my wife's playing music. I'm more of like, I'm either watching a video or I'm editing something or I listen to podcasts. So if I'm not, I listen to like Fit for a King is a band that has a new album coming out that's really good. I just like really hardcore music, like just where they're screaming and stuff. That's my jam. I don't know why. It makes me feel calm.
If you could play any one artist copyright free, what would it be?
That's a good question. Probably there's a band I really like called For Today. They're not a band anymore. They broke up, but their music just pumps me up. And I think it just so if I luckily there's a few bands that I can still play because I make music videos for some guys in town that I actually listen to because I like their music. So some of the stuff I can, because I can just be like, hey, can I use your music? They're like, yeah, sure. Go ahead on there, because it's not like they don't have huge independent. They have like little studio, like little, I don't even know what it's called. But here's a good question from Next Up Nova. He says, what are you most excited for in the fall beyond light?
Yeah.
I think we should both answer this because I want to know your opinion on it too. But for me, I'm really
abilities.
I'm really, really, really excited to see what new weapon, like since they're doing all of this sunsetting of all the really, really good stuff, I want to know if they have really, really good stuff that they're replacing it with.
Yeah, that too. But like, I'm really excited for the new subclass, and because it's gonna be the whole new subclass. That's gonna be a bunch of different abilities, trees in there as well, and abilities to pick from. That means a new type of a grenade. Everything. Like new melee, just think about it.
It's true. There's so much coming. Like, I guess I would just say everything, because there's all the story, which is like being built on right now, as well as new raid, new levels. Like there's just a million, like just leveling up. There's like a million things that is coming. I get so overwhelmed with excitement whenever stuff comes in the fall, but this seems like it's going to be something pretty cool. Although I think I'm more excited for the one in 2021 that heads about Saturday.
Yeah, the witch something. I can't remember the title. What was it called?
I don't remember. Something witch. Yeah. That looks. That's obviously it's all about the witch queen. Yeah, it's all about the Savathun, right? We all know about that. But like, right beyond light, there's gonna be what I'm excited for. Like in this content is I want to see the crypt. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I want to see the crypt.
I want to go right now. Let's go find it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Obviously, Europa is not there. I'm excited for that, because like ever since the Destiny 1, there's been the talks talks about the Europa coming, you know, like every year when the King's Fall released, everyone was talking about they're gonna be bringing the Europa as a destination, and Destiny 1 never happened. And they were talking about everyone was talking about it in Destiny 2 for like the first year, like we're gonna see the Europa in there again. Never happened. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I love snow too, so I'm excited for like that atmosphere change, you know, with the snowy location. That's gonna be sweet.
So how you feeling them bringing back reworked content back to Destiny 2?
I love it. The only thing that stinks about it is like the lore part of it in my mind kind of changes, because if they're just like vaulting stuff and then bringing it back, I don't know how that works lore wise, like unless it's more like if I just have to think about it as a video game, like this is just an option of something you can play. But like, to be honest, like playing old raids now, I've never been against bringing stuff back. Like I wish they would have just brought I wish they would have nuked all the legendary weapons in D1 and then just let all the exotics that were already in D1 go to D2 and then add new ones. I've never been offended by that. A lot of people get very angry about that, which I understand. So like bringing back raids, bringing back locations, like Cosmodrome was my favorite location in Destiny 1. So being able to go back there, because EDZ is my favorite in Destiny 2 because it's close to Cosmodrome. So I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I'm all giddy about it. Whenever I saw that, whenever the launch came out, I was like, ooh, I get to go back to the stuff I really like.
That was cool. That was really cool. I was so hyped for the farm and everything. It just looked really cool, you know.
Yes.
So I can't really wait for the new content. But what I would like to see back in the game is Venus. I was a massive fan of Venus.
Yes, Venus is amazing.
It was beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
probably my favorite.
It was such a pretty location. I feel like Io is like, oh no, not Io. I feel like Nessus is kind of a wannabe Venus.
Yeah, it's like really colorful, right? When you're gonna go in there.
And like just because it's like Vex are all over the place, so that's probably why. But man, this is what I would in an ideal world. There's no like limits, and they just take off the 2 on the Destiny 2. They bring the whole entire Destiny 1 in, and it just becomes one whole world, like with one whole story that just continues from now on and never changes. There's never like a 3 or 4 or 5. The story just keeps going, and it's Destiny, and then everything just adds up. I know that's not possible technically, but I think that'd be so cool to be able to like start with your Guardian, go through all the raids as the story continues, all the way through D2's stories, all the way into now the DLCs that are going to happen, since they're making it like an open world that just keeps evolving basically.
Yeah, I wish they would have bring the whole Destiny 1 back.
Same.
Obviously I know this is probably impossible because it will take so much space and the resources to do it, but I would love to see it, them doing it, because I love Destiny 1. It's I probably like it more than Destiny 2, to be honest. There is some cool stuff in Destiny 2, don't get me wrong, but if I was gonna have to pick a Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 on the PC, I probably would go with Destiny 1.
Oh, same. I even went back recently by myself to play for like a couple hours, and I was just still amazed by the level design, the way that the maps worked, like the lore behind things. Even though it wasn't great at the start, it was kind of a rocky start, and like we kind of take for granted now that like there was times, remember the April update that happened, like in between, it was when Taken King came out, there was no content or updates all the way from Taken King all the way to, it was like a year all the way up until April. And then I remember that update came out and it was like, oh, new stuff finally. We take it for granted because we get new stuff like all the time, like weekly. But sometimes there still wasn't anything. This is what I wonder. I wonder if do I really love Destiny 1 as much as I think, or is it just nostalgia? You know what I mean? Like, what if I had to go back now and play it the way that it came out? I'd be happier with like this kind of subpar content that's in Destiny 2, but there's more updates.
Nova haters. Happy update. I liked it. We taken a lot of stuff for granted right now, as you said, because back in the Destiny 1 there wasn't that much going on, right? There was an update like every couple of months, and you didn't have like a seasons or anything like that, and now we keep complaining about not having enough stuff. I actually have so much stuff to do and trying to catch up with it.
I have like too much to do.
Yeah, I've got too much to do, but
I get overwhelmed when I stream. I'm like, what am I doing tonight? I don't know.
Exactly.
It's been 3 hours and I did nothing.
Exactly. I was like, I don't have the time, to play this game 24/7 like some other people do, and I'm really fucking jealous for it. I wish I could do something like this. I wish one day I can do this, like, as my primary job. That's just a dream come true, but probably never gonna happen. Everyone probably is the same, right?
I hope every gamer's dream is to get to play games on the internet all day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I feel though, I struggle. That's definitely a struggle I've always had, is because I'm so busy in my daily life stuff. Like I'm so connected now to all my friends who play games. I definitely do I'm not like jealous of them. I'm just jealous of, like, I want to be in there playing I want to get the exotic in the first hour when it gets released. I want to be on there for the Tuesday update every week. You know what I mean? The reset.
Yeah, I wish.
So I'm always like, I have mega FOMO in general. Like, so whenever I'm missing out on it, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited that you guys are doing it, but I wish I was there. That's basically how I
live in the dream. Aaron, I do agree with you. There was just so many things wrong, but it's like any other game. Every game has its issues, and it's down to the studio, obviously, to deal with them, and in a proper time manner. And obviously Bungie's a split with Activision. There's nothing there anymore to like support them, and they do have limited resources, so I guess it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that, Luke? Them splitting with the Activision?
Oh, I thought it was great, because I've never liked Activision, man. I've always been a big hater, because I feel like they don't care. I mean, I don't know anyone at Activision, obviously, but I don't think that they care about the gamers like the developers care about the gamers. It's like more businessy. So as long as Activision was connected to Destiny, it was always going to be about the business, not about the content. And Bungie probably the whole time wanted it to be about the community and the content rather than the businessy side. So for the split, like, obviously, like, oh no, there's nothing coming out. I want to see what it looks like for Bungie to be on their own and care about the gamers at this new content coming. I mean, they announced 3 years of content. Like, they've never done that before. And the storyline has been concurrent for the last year. Like, there's so many things that them splitting was good. The only thing that makes me nervous is money. Like, I don't know if they're making enough.
Yeah, true. To be honest, I like what they're doing. Obviously, they had a couple of challenges along the way, but I think the split was good. Because obviously, like you said, Activision is the publisher, and obviously they do care about the money, right? But they've also had those extra resources, like what are we called? Vicarus Studio, which did really, really cool stuff for the Destiny. Yeah, they did awesome work.
They do good games in general. Like, they redo games. They make stuff we love amazing again, like Crash Bandicoot. I'm pretty sure Vicarious Visions did that. And,
so you see, this is the kind of stuff I'm missing. But Bungie is going like more like a community way, like you said. That's how I feel they're doing it. And yes, they do have challenges, to conquer, same as any other game developer. It's just Destiny is such a big game.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Look keeps cutting out. I know he does sometimes.
I think it's cutting out every time a car goes by. I think you can't hear me. I don't know why.
No. It's not about that. You keep cutting out in my headphones as well, so I don't know what it is.
Interesting. Sorry about that.
Right. Probably it's the Skype, because we're using Skype. The next one we'll try with something else, maybe Zoom.
Yeah, we can try Zoom next time. Well, I'll be on the next one, but next time you guys can.
You never know.
It's true, I might.
You never know. You might be a special guest. Who knows? Shh. Right, chat. Any more questions? Anyone else?
Crickets.
Discord video. We could do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know how other people do it. That's what I was saying before. I was going to YouTube it because I'm going to have to do that with Havoc when we do ours. So I got to figure out the best solution to get guests on.
Well, I can tell you the secret. XSplit is the way.
XSplit.
XSplit is the way.
I just switched over to OBS Studio this week, and it's been a lot better than Streamlabs, that's for sure. Everything works.
If you could make your own raid, who would be your final boss?
Man, if I can make a raid, the final boss, like, man, I don't know. This is probably why I'm not a game developer. Probably, I mean, they're probably already making this, but I want to make a raid. I want to play a raid where we fight Sabathun, obviously. Like, that's something we've all wanted. But if I have to make something up, I wish we could have a raid where we played against ourself as the raid boss, like a dark version of ourself.
Interesting. I can't even, you know what? I can't even imagine. I just can't. Okay, that's the next question from Nova. What is your favorite activity in Destiny 2?
My favorite activity is... that's a good question. It changes every season. So this season, I think raiding is my favorite. Last season, playing Trials was my favorite. The season before, Comp was my favorite. It kind of just changes. That's the cool part about Destiny. Like, I don't really know if there's a thing that I go in and want to do. It's like, yeah, I love playing Strikes with my friends. I like doing Crucible every once in a while with friends. I like doing raids. So, I mean, the optimistic part of me says everything. So, but
okay,
right now,
well, what about them hidden missions we've got? You know, the special missions for like Outbreak and the Whisper of a Worm.
I'm a huge fan of story-based stuff, actually. So I'm glad you brought that up. So like those missions are first challenging, and then they're also lore heavy, and you get something sick out of them. So like, yeah, 100%. I love doing those. I don't do them a lot afterwards. That's the one thing about me is like I wish I was good enough at this game to like I'm like probably average or a little above average at like knowing literally every detail of the best way to do things. So I don't do a lot of helps for anyone, but I do like to play PvP a lot with people. So I wish I could help people with more stuff. Like if I had more time, I'd totally get to know something and then try to help. But usually I'm just trying to figure out how to catch up.
I love those missions. Yeah, Bad Juju. I forgot to mention that. Bad Juju is another one. You see, I would love to see more of them. It was so cool.
I'd love to.
I love him, and I think personally, you doing great, buddy. Like, I like your streams. I really enjoy your content. Your sexy dance move. You know, you don't need to help. Like, you can entertain.
Appreciate that. I just appreciate people that do helps on streams. I just think it's awesome. They have a lot of patience, and people at Sherpa are just amazing. Or even people that like carry people through like trials. Man, I give them mad props. That's talent.
Oh, I'm definitely can't carry trials, but I do PvE helps as and when I can.
Yeah.
I like to help community get those weapons. If there's something I can do solo, if I can help out, I'll do it. Just simple as that.
Of course.
What features would you like in D2?
I wish that the vault was unlimited, so that I never had to delete anything. So I like to keep the stuff that I have. And I don't know if that's a feature, but I'll call it a feature. And then,
God Lord.
And I also wish that I could pick up bounties from Orbit.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. That would be so handy. I wish I could have did that. Custom trees.
Custom trees. Just like trees, like actual trees that are customized.
Yeah. So right, trading. That would be cool. Actually, I was talking about it on Raid the other week. That would be definitely really cool, and there's so many ways this could be introduced. Like they could give us, like, for those people who did the raid together or do that activity together, like a strike. If something will drop, you'll have that. Let's say instead of finishing the strike in like 20 seconds, give people 2 minutes or give people 5 minutes to look at the stuff and drop it out or trade it with the ones you've did the activity with. I think that would be cool. What do you think about it, Luke?
I like, as much as I want trading to be in games, I'm a little bit on the opposite side of it, because part of the reason I come back to Destiny constantly is if there's a weapon that RNG is not giving me, I will keep playing the game to get it. If there was trading and I just didn't have to play, and I was just like, hey dude, can you get it for me tonight? And then they trade it with me and I didn't have to do anything to get it, I wouldn't mind if people did that. That's why I stopped playing the Division 2. Like, I got all the stuff I needed the first week because my friends played more than me. They did it with me, and then I never played again because I didn't feel like I needed to. So like, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think a lot of things about trading would be awesome.
That is a really good point. Really good point.
If there was a way to make it more controlled, where it was like you can't just give everyone stuff. I don't know how it would work. I'm not good at that system, but yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it.
Right, okay, so we kind of passed the time.
Okay.
Because it was meant to be only for an hour, and I don't want to, guys, hold you, too long, especially you, Luke. I know you got the stuff to do. So, any last words for anyone tuning in there?
Yeah, everyone who's watching, thanks for coming. If you're from my community, if you're from Team Kara or Team Ahamkara, if you're from Kara fam, if you're just a random person, I'm pumped that everyone came to watch. Thanks for supporting me and supporting Dark Guardian here. This has been fun. I really appreciate you, Dark, for having me on here to just chat about video games and talk about myself a little, which I appreciate. And you guys are just great. All of you, everyone in chat, you're all beautiful, and I love you.
They're all cute, right? It was definitely fun. Really cool thing. We should definitely do it more often. Possibly next Friday with another spotlight of the week. Whoever's gonna be, I might know who might be or not. I don't know. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. It's been fun. Make sure you're gonna check out BeardedLuke in the make sure you're gonna drop on the follow. He's awesome dude, and same as everyone else in the chat. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course, thanks for having me. Super fun.
Now let's go back to gaming, shall we? Thank you very much, guys. And as I said, I don't know if I'm really good with this. I hate typing. I hope this is right. I hope it's right. Hope it's the right link. Stupid bot doesn't work. There we go. Go ahead, guys. Hit the link. Make sure you're gonna drop Luke a follow. As I said, awesome dude. And there's a lot of Destiny things as you just heard. So go ahead and hit the link. Thank you very much for your time, Luke. It's been great. Hopefully we'll get the chance of doing this again.
I hope so, because that was fun.
I'll catch you later, buddy. Thank you very much for coming.
I'll just leave. Let me just leave the Skype thing.
Hell yeah.
All right. Peace out. I'm about to go invisible.
Peace out. There we go. We're still there. Thank you, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. You had the chance to get to know Luke a little bit better, I hope.